I just want you to know that I am not wearing these to look cool. I had an ophthalmologist appointment this morning. My pupils are dilated. So yeah, I'm gonna have these on today. And I also want you to know that yesterday there was a malfunction on my laptop. The screen went out, and I've got it working again this morning, but I didn't get to do as much in-depth research as I normally would. So a lot of these predictions, especially for today, are gonna be on the fly. I'll see if I can write the script for tomorrow's show before I leave for work today. But there are a few things I still have to get done. So yeah, let's get started. With the 1 o'clock games we have, and once again, like I said, all of this I'm doing it on the fly right now, so it's not going to be my normal level, but hopefully I can still have a winning record. First we have the Chiefs at the Buccaneers, and neither one of these teams really looks like they're doing much of anything this year, but the Buccaneers, I think they've played better football against better teams. And I think I would expect them to barely squeak by with the win. I think this is pretty much the toilet bowl game of the week. Neither one of these teams, I don't think are going to make the playoffs. But I think in this matchup, I had to take the Buccaneers. And then you have the Colts at the Jets. And at the beginning of the year, I did not think I would say this, but I had to pick the Colts. I think the Jets have played very shitly. Darrell Revis out, Antonio Holmes out, Mark Sanchez, well, he's Mark Sanchez. And Tim Tebow, well, he's the only quarterback in the league worse than Mark Sanchez. And Sean Green, he's been a huge disappointment his entire career. He should just quit right now. I'm kidding. I'm sure he'll do great if he finds the right system. Rex Ryan is a defensive coach, though, and it shows. Anyways, I'm going to have to go with the Colts here. I think they played some very inspired football last week. Andrew Luck showed why he deserves to be the number 1 overall draft pick. And I think this guy is definitely going to replace Peyton. I think he's on a good pace right now, and he's got some decent talent around him. However, I need to point out that Donald Brown is injured and will probably miss about a month. So, but I still think the Colts are the better team. I mean, they've still got Reggie Wayne, and you saw how he beasted. I think I'll go with the Colts here. Don't be surprised though if the Jets do win. I think this could be a close game. I'm going with the Colts because, if it comes down to a last-second drive, I actually trust Andrew Luck more than Sanchez, which is kind of saying something, that I trust a rookie more than a 4-year veteran. That just shows you something. Anyways, next we've got the Bengals at the Browns, and I think I'm going to go with another upset here, because last week the Bengals, they did not look like themselves, whereas the Browns, they definitely did not look like themselves. The Bengals looked very weak, while the Browns looked pretty strong. They started out well. They gave it up at the end, but they played a very great team. Eli Manning is an elite quarterback. Victor Cruz, one of the best in the league. And most important than anything else, though, they've got Joe Haden coming back from suspension. And I think Joe Haden should be able to bottle up A.J. Green. And I like the Browns to take this one. And then we have the Lions at the Eagles. The Lions, coming off of their bye week, you never know how they're going to respond. I like taking teams off of bye weeks, because they have that extra time to get healthy and to get their shit straight. And the Eagles, they've been playing well, but they've been able to win most of their games, despite the fact that Vic keeps turning the ball over. Macklin hasn't been able to stay healthy, and they have not used LaShawn McCoy like they should have. However, it's hard to go for the Lions just because they played pretty decent football, I would say. However, that has not equated to wins. They've got a great team, a lot of talent on the roster. No wins. They have, I think, 1 win on the year, but still, it's hard to root for the Lions right now. I think I'm going to play it safe here, go with the Eagles. And then you have the Raiders at the Falcons, which it's the Raiders versus the Falcons in the Georgia Dome. Do I have to say it? I mean, really, do I have to say it? It's gonna be the Raiders. I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you. It's the Falcons. I mean, aren't they still undefeated this year? I'm pretty sure. I don't know. No, wait. No, that was the Saints. The Saints are undefeated this year. Anyways, the next one is the Rams at the Dolphins, which I would say when it concerns the Dolphins, do not listen to critics. If you're a Dolphins fan, I imagine you're pretty upset with reporters because I keep looking at the Dolphins anytime. I don't really get to watch their games. They're not shown on TV. I have to go searching to find highlights and stuff. But whenever I see reports on the Dolphins, it talks about how bad they play. Yet somehow they keep finding ways to win games. They keep managing to put up big numbers. I think they are an extremely underrated team, and for some reason the media is just not giving them enough credit. I think they are actually playing very well this year, just based on what little of them I've seen. Not just the numbers they put up, but a few of the highlights that I've seen. I think these are guys who are fighting for it, and really they're struggling, but they're fighting. And never underestimate the heart of a champion. I think Miami, I just felt the need to say they are, they're better than people are giving them credit for. However, I think I want to go with the Rams in this one just because, I think Steven Jackson is finally going to get healthy coming into his own. And Bradford has played pretty well, and he's got some decent receivers. However, without Amendola, that could hurt them, but that the Rams defense has been great this year, and I just think Jeff Fisher has done a great job whipping them into shape, and I just want to go with the Rams in this one. And then they have the Cowboys at the Ravens, and I definitely saved this one for last because I knew I would have to do some very in-depth analysis on this one because I'm a huge Cowboys fan. I'm a huge Ravens fan, but I'm a much bigger Cowboys fan. I want them to win. However, the Ravens have definitely been playing better and especially more consistent football all year. There is a good chance for the Cowboys to win, though, because the Ravens, they've got Ed Reed, they've got Ray Lewis. When you've got those playmakers, it always makes your team better. Haloti Ngata up the middle will cause havoc for what is an already weak O-line. Dallas has basically the worst interior lineman in football right now, and we really need to address those issues during the offseason if we can, if not sooner. Did Alan Faneca retire? Shit. Fuck. We need Larry Allen back. God damn it. I don't care if he's 40 years old. We need Larry Allen. Even at 40 years old, he's probably better than these people. Actually, no, I think he's 50 now. Anyways, I think their center is getting healthy and should be able to return in this game. Romo, if you take away that 5 interception game, and he's actually had a pretty decent season, about average, I'd say. There's a lot of talent on that roster, and I feel comfortable saying that there's more talent on the Dallas roster than there is on the Ravens roster. However, the talent has not equated to wins because they're not living up to that talent, to that potential, and they're playing in Baltimore, and I think this one is probably going to go to the Ravens, though I am going to be honest with you, as a Cowboys fan, I'm hoping that they prove me wrong, but just purely as an analyst, I would have to say that the Ravens, they play better football, and they are more likely to come away with the win, especially after last week. They barely won 9-6, and that was just a horrible game. But the defense, despite how shitty the Ravens offense played in that game, they showed us that they are human. That defense stepped up to another level and kept them in the game the whole way. And I think this is a very complete team that'll be hard for anyone to defeat. So yeah, it's just as a critical analyst, I just have to pick the Ravens. And that's it for this week's That's it for the 1 o'clock games. Tomorrow I'll do the 4 o'clock and the night games. Hopefully, I'll have better. I'll be better prepared for that one. I'm really sorry for the very shitty quality of my performance for this video. Time crunch and all this. I had a time, and I didn't have as much prep time as I would have liked. But yeah, tell me what you think. Tune in tomorrow for the 4 o'clock game, Sunday for fantasy football. Don't forget to tune in Monday for the new segment, NBA Weekly. And this week I'll also probably do WNBA during NBA Weekly, or at least I'll upload that along with that, because WNBA finals are on the way. I mean, who's watching that?